In the end, 2 new kings were crowned at last evening's MQI 98.1 The One Soca Royale event at Bushy Park.
Edwin Yearwood has added yet another Quapover competition title and trophy to his collection. It's that of Sweet Soca Monarch. The general dethroned last year's winner Biggie Irie and 7 other finalists. IWeb placed 2nd, RPB 3rd, and TC 4th. Yearwood also pocketed $7,500 and a fully loaded Kia Cerato car compliments of MQI. The first-time Sweet Soca King is pleased with the result.
I'm feeling really good about it. We put in the work over the years. It's something that I wanted from the time it started, so I feel really good and I'm happy for myself and the guys. It came together pretty good. The marriage of the music to the performance was what we were trying to achieve, and we pulled it off.
Crowd favorite Peter Ram emerged victorious in the Party Monarch. His performance of the popular track All of We earned him a perfect 100 score from the judges. The artist was elated with his victory after over 2 decades in the music industry.
Well, the feeling ain't really sinking yet still, you know. The feeling is beautiful, you know me, because I've been trying this thing for years. You know, the closest thing I really come to a trophy is nation building with the pledge, remember? Nation building with the pledge, and to see so much people, you know me, enjoying the song. The trophy is not just for me, it's for the people to still, you know what I mean? So long as the people are happy, you know me, I'm happy too still. So it's a beautiful feeling, you know what I mean?
King Bubba placed 2nd, Hypersounds 3rd, and Lil Rick 4th. First-time finalist Hypersounds was pleased with his placing.
It's a great feeling to see this on an envelope, knowing where it come from and all the work I put in. I feel great.
There was general acceptance around the facility with the result, with many patrons naming both Peter Ram and Edwin Yearwood in their top 3. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
The decision to start the Soca Royale event later this year has received mixed responses. Again, Sean Farrell has more.
The National Cultural Foundation made the changes to the competition schedules after agitation by several entertainers over the years. Some of them spoke to the CBC News and indicated the nighttime switch helped enhance their presentations.
We've seen a lot more pyrotechnics, and it augurs well for the view towards the other competition. You know, the other competition starting so early in the day, you know, you really couldn't, the Sweet Soca Monarch competition, you really couldn't use a lot of pyrotechnics. But the Party Monarch always had the chance to do that.
I think it positively affected the presentations of the songs, because what we could have done, what we did before with the Party Monarch, we were now able to do with the Sweet Soca, and add a lot more flamboyance to the entire thing.
The move was also well received by some of the patrons.
Later is better, is cooler, you're not going to deal with the sun a lot. People will get to call more, it's more of a party atmosphere more than just a competition.
All right, to tell the truth, this is my first year, and if it didn't start later, I think I make it. So I'm glad it started late.
I like it late, because you quite harder. I find now, I quite from here. Don't decide, be that man.
It's a good idea. The fact is that all the artists now get opportunity to use the stage at night. They get to use the pyrotechnics and things, so it's a good idea that NCF come up with, and I hope to see it continue in the years on.
Some vendors, though, complained about slower sales.
People only begin to gather as the artists, so to speak, you know, come closer to the, but we were here from morning, so we would like to see something happening that could bring the people in from a little bit earlier.
Well, last year was a little better than this year. The sales was up last year. Around this time here, I was going good, but now they got a lot of people here, but sales are really slow for this time. But I'm hoping that things will be better in, a little later on.
Meanwhile, Culture Minister Stephen Lashley says the night start went well. However, like everything else, it will be reviewed.
We have responded to the Calypsonians who have indicated to us that they would like both competitions at night, and I think that has been a solid decision. It is one that I think that has resonated with the crowd here, and they have come out and they've really had a really wonderful time. So I believe that this is something we are going to repeat next year, but of course we are going to continue to collaborate and have discussions with our stakeholders. We value their input, and I believe Cropover has reached that mature stage.
The Culture Minister estimates the attendance at the show at over 20,000. He says this indicates renewed interest in the event held at Bushy Park, St. Philip. Sean Farrell, CBC News.
Well, if you had been on the first floor of Cave Shepherd at Broad Street Branch today, you would probably have noticed quite a bit of excitement. That's because famous vlogger LaToya was there. Scores of young people gathered just to see her. Some were even in tears. And minute by minute, the numbers increased, making the area somewhat impassable. People patiently held their cameras, phones and tablets just to get a picture with vlogger LaToya. She told CBC her experience in Barbados has been a fantastic one.
We've been having such an amazing time in Barbados. We've been hitting up the beaches. All my hunties and huncles are in this department store meeting me, and we're taking pictures. I can't believe my life. I'm just living in the moment, and I'm just being myself for a living and living my passion. Thank you so much for having us.
Some of her fans shared their excitement.
My experience was really nice. LaToya is real. I thought, the vlogs are addicting, so that is why you always tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
I was crying so bad, my hands is trembling, my hands still trembling. She's my number one. That's always watch on YouTube, just LaToya.
When I first found out that LaToya was going to be at Soca Royale, and I thought that was the only meet and greet, I got really nervous. But I'm really glad she's here today in Cave Shepherd, so I made sure that I came down. I brought my cousin to come and see her, so I'm disappointed I didn't see Samia yet, but I can't wait to get out there. I have my thing ready so I can get all the pictures, all the Snapchat videos, everything, so I'm really excited.
Chief MCTV officer at CBC, Andrew Green, says the idea of having LaToya was to promote the Cropover events to the overseas markets.
We wanted to get the message out, and we wanted to target a new audience, not only an existing audience as we will have in the diaspora, but also new persons who have an interest in what we do here in Barbados, especially the Cropover Festival. So we use this as an opportunity to promote not only ourselves, but the festival in general, so that persons will see it and probably have an idea of what it's about and want to come next year or actually subscribe to the pay-per-view events.
It's hoped the exposure from LaToya's vlog will work. We'll have more news in just a moment, but first we want to get your take on this question. Do you think Soca Royale should continue to be held at night? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the results at the end of the news.
Listen, anybody want something to drink?
Yeah, sure.
I've been practicing my bartending skills, so I can make you guys something special, right? Something missing. Yeah.
Get your inner bartender on with Clayton's Cola Tonic.
The brands of summer in store at My Cave Shepherd and Colombian Emeralds International. This summer, you can afford to indulge in all the brands you love. Get to My Cave Shepherd, the home of quality, authentic, affordable brands, and CEI for exquisite quality and exceptional value. Reward yourself with affordable treats all summer long and be fabulous in your circle of friends. Get your brands. Enjoy your summer.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power. 10 will sing, but 1 will win. It's the Pickety Crop Finals coming to you live via streaming on www.cbc.bb for just $25 or 51 Barbados dollars. Log on to www.cbc.bb and book now. Special conditions apply for credit card transactions. CBC, your link to the festival.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union held its Member Appreciation Day at its newly opened branch at Emerald City, 6 Road, St. Philip. The branch is situated in the space previously occupied by Republic Bank. For the occasion, special prizes were given away to members completing transactions. Now, previously, the credit union had 2 departments in Emerald City, the loans and savings sections. According to Member Relations Manager for Loans, Philip Babb, the reason for moving is to have all their personnel in one location. He also says some of the hours for customer service will be adjusted.
We've also added a different element to the inside supermarket operation where we've changed the hours, amended them slightly. The hours are 7 to 3 to capture that early morning breakfast crowd that usually comes into the supermarket.
Well, the last surviving member of the Federal Parliament, Harcourt Fitzgerald Gilmore Rochford, has died. He passed away last night at the age of 91. Mr. Rochford spent his earlier years as a politician. He contested a seat in the Barbados Labour Party in 1956, but was only elected in 1958 when he became a candidate for the federal elections. Mr. Rochford also spent some prior years in the teaching service as principal at the now-defunct Christchurch High School. He and his son Anthony were interviewed for a CBC Father's Day segment entitled Reflecting with Dad. On that show, his son described him as a man who valued family and who shared with those in the community.
I don't think that we ever had any problems. In terms of our home, as you said, we had our grandparents there as well, so there was always that balance. And my father used to be traveling a lot with the jobs that he had and teaching and so forth. So he always had an opportunity to be among a lot of other people. So there was always that community-ness in our upbringing.
Mr. Rochford said that although he spent a lot of time traveling due to his parliamentary duties, he was still able to take care of his 3 sons and wouldn't have changed how he raised them.
I tried to take them wherever they should go, to church, Sunday school. I made sure they went to school. I tried to make sure that they had what was necessary for them to come along, you know, and my wife was always supportive in those things. So I had no problem raising them.
Well, still to come, we'll look at some of the stories making headlines across the region. But first, a reminder that we want to hear from you on this question. Do you think Soca Royale should continue to be held at night? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the results for you at the end of the news. Now remember,